Hey, welcome YouTuber, and thanks so much for joining me here today. Again, my name is Dennis. I'm the owner and CEO of Cyclone Hosting, and I'm going to provide you with yet another wonderful tutorial. And this is going to be to save you money, allowing you to list your website on the very top of the search engines without spending a fortune. Okay, before we do get started over here, let me explain to you about how search engines do rank your websites. Your websites are ranked based off of your popularity. And how do you get your websites popular? By the use of backlinks. Backlinks are what other websites that link to your website. So the more backlinks you do have, the higher your website's going to rank in the search engine. So we have a program over here called moneyrobot. Okay, this program allows us to automate the backlink process. So it allows you to go ahead and create backlinks to your website on other websites through the use of just setting up campaigns, and it does everything automatically for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the moneyrobot, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at it and see what we can do to get this taken care of and get your first campaign started, shall we? Alright, so here's moneyrobot. Alright, now everything's all set up for you by default. You don't really have to do anything further. The only two things that you have to do is change a couple of settings around, and then we're good to go, and we could create our very first campaign. So let's go ahead and click on settings over here. We're going to go ahead and change some settings here. Alright, the first setting that we got to change is capture services. You want to click on that. We're going to use moneyrobot's capture service instead of spending money monthly on a capture service. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and click, make sure there's a check mark where it says solving simple capture automatically by moneyrobot for free. You want to make sure there's a check mark in there. And then we're going to click on proxy on the top. We're going to also use moneyrobot's proxy system. So we don't need to use our own proxies. We don't need to use our own capture service. Everything's all good here to go. They have everything that we need. Alright, so we're just going to use moneyrobot proxy system, and then we're going to click on save. Alright, now we're ready to create our very first campaign. So what you're going to do is click on new campaign. Alright, and now the SEO strategy that we use, there's tons of them in here for you to use, but the best one to use is 1, 3, and 12. Okay, and by default you probably do not have that strategy in moneyrobot when you first download it. So we're going to go ahead and have you import it. So you're going to click on diagram editor, and then you're going to click on import new diagram, and it's going to say enter diagram ID to import. You're going to go ahead and enter this ID in, which is 5 4 E as in echo, A as in alpha, B, M as in Mary, 6 1, and then you got to go ahead and click on OK. Now we already have that diagram imported, so we're just going to cancel out of this. Now after you click on OK, you're just going to go ahead and close this box, and then close this box and exit moneyrobot. When you exit moneyrobot, you're going to go ahead and reopen moneyrobot, and then when you come back into create campaign, new campaign, the SEO strategy will be in here 1, 3, 12. Okay, so we're just going to select that. Now let's go ahead and create a name for our campaign. So I'm just going to go ahead and type in Cyclone first campaign. Okay, now money site URLs. 1 URL per line. Now you could have multiple URLs in here, but what I would suggest is 1 URL per campaign. The reason for that is so this way it gets ranked quicker, and in a matter of weeks you'll see your website showing up in the search engines on the very top, towards the top of the search engines, first or second page. Okay, so what we're going to do is actually enter our first URL in here. So we're going to enter Cyclone Hosting. We're going to use that as a URL. Alright, now keywords to rank for, 1 per line. You could use as many keywords also as possible. We like to go ahead and limit it to like 3 or 4. So that's where we could rank 3 or 4 at one time. You could create multiple campaigns, for the same website, and then use different keywords for each campaign. So this way they could get ranked quicker per for the keywords. Okay, so we have a couple of keywords here that we already want to rank. So let's go ahead and enter those keywords in. Okay, and then article title. Now with this, all we have to do is click on create unique articles using the MR article builder. We don't have to pay for an article builder. moneyrobot has its own article builder built in. So we're just going to click on create unique articles. And we'll wait until that completes. Should be a couple more seconds here. There we go. Alright, so that basically all there is to it on here. Now there is a hidden some hidden settings that we have to actually go ahead and fix as well. So you're just gonna go ahead and right click on any of the gray area here. So I like to right click right about here, and then you'll see advanced. You're gonna left click on advanced. Alright, now web profiles, like I said, you don't need to use web profile. We're using moneyrobot's web profile. Everything's good there. Now for accounts, you're going to click on accounts. We're going to make sure we create new accounts, okay, in category. Now we have some categories we already listed here, we already created. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on the Cyclone hosting category. Okay, so we're going to create new accounts in there. Now I like to create a new account for the first run of the campaign, and then when I do additional runs, I'll go ahead and create, I'll clone the campaign and I'll create additional runs. At that point, then I'll use already existing accounts. Okay, so how I like to do this is I'll create a new account, and then I'll go ahead and create additional runs. I'll go ahead and clone the campaign, and I'll do all the campaigns, about 6 more, using the already existing accounts. And then after that, the 7th one, I'll do another create account, and then I'll do existing accounts again. It actually works better that way. So this way it ranks it. It ranks it higher and faster within a matter of weeks. Okay, so let's go ahead and create new accounts. Alright, and click on OK. Now generic keywords, I like to keep this on 90. Okay, you could go ahead and lower it after the first run. You could lower it to 75, but I like to keep it on 90 for the first run. Alright, and 1 link per article. For the first run, I'll do 1 link per article. For the second, when I clone the campaign, I'll do another campaign after this. Then I'll do random number of links per article. Okay, you could add YouTube videos or images over here. So we already have some images we're going to go ahead and add. So let's go ahead and add some images here. You can use any image scraper to go ahead and capture, get some images. They have a scrape box you can use to go ahead and get some images or videos for yourself. And then we put this before the article. Let's go ahead and insert. And what I like to do with these images, instead of doing before the article, because there's no option to do in the middle, either before or the end, so I like to go ahead and copy the images, and delete it before the article. And then go down until we see a space in between the 2 paragraphs. There we go. Okay. right over here in between these two paragraphs. I'm going to paste the images. Alright, and now we're going to do the same thing with YouTube videos. So YouTube videos, we already have some videos as well. Alright, so we have some videos here. So let's go ahead and insert them. We're going to insert them after the article. Okay, perfect. Well, that's all there is to it. Let's go ahead and then we're going to keep it as run now. And then we're going to go ahead and say start campaign. That's going to create the campaign for you. It's going to start the campaign. It's going to create the accounts. And then once it creates the accounts and once it adds websites, you could go ahead and click on URLs here, and you'll see all the websites added. You could export the websites. You could export as a TXT file, or a CVS file. Okay, so you could export them to, you know, say for instance you're doing this for a client, you could export them out and provide them to your client, saying these are the URLs it created. Okay, and that's all there is to it. Now over here is one thread. Now you could add more than one. You could, you know, 10 is recommended, but you could also do as auto. I mean, my computer is fast enough, so I'm able to go ahead and click on auto, and it'll go ahead and determine how many threads, or how many, shall I say, accounts it's adding at one time, or how many links it's adding at one time. Okay, it'll determine it by the power of your computer. Okay. Well, that's all there is to it as far as how to create your very first campaign using moneyrobot. The link will be on the very bottom of this video on how you can go ahead and get moneyrobot. There is a 7-day free trial, and if you do like moneyrobot after the first 7 days, you could sign up for it and get a license for it. It's not that expensive, but it also will save you money down the line. Instead of having to pay some companies to get your site listed on the top of the search engines, you will have it listed on top of the search engines within a matter of weeks just by using this program. Alright, and if you are enjoying my videos, you can feel free to go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll be having more videos down the line in the future. And if you have any suggestions on a tutorial that you would like, please feel free to let me know, reply to this video, and I will be sure to go ahead and include that as a future tutorial. Thanks so much, and you all have a wonderful rest of the day now.